guys, it's your buddy Caden back with Minutes with Millionaires. Today my guest is Mr. Robert King. Mr. Robert, could you introduce yourself to everyone?
Hello there, Caden. Nice to be here. Thank you for inviting me. My name is Dr. Robert E. King Jr. I am a serial entrepreneur. I've been involved in a lot of things. As recently, the assisted living business is what I was working in, and I licensed it, built it, and sold it, and got a big old fat check, and then I moved to an undisclosed location somewhere in the world.
Well, my first question for you, speaking about assisted living, how did you get into assisted living?
It was by research. I had a home that I wanted to do something with, and believe it or not, a friend of mine from Atlanta, I was talking to her, and she said, let me call you right back. I got to go in this group home, and I have to do a seminar on self-esteem. And that word group home just kind of resonated with me and stayed with me. And 2:48 in the morning, the Holy Spirit visited me and said, get up and do research. And I researched, and I found that in 1970, our government made it possible to take a residential home, a house, and convert it into an assisted living facility. And I just dropped my head, did the work. 18 months later, I had my first assisted living facility.
Interesting. Well, the next question I have for you, what is the best advice that you've ever received?
Be yourself. In my world, you know, higher education is very important, and people push that a lot, especially in America. And, you know, and I wasn't one of them kind of guys that went to college. I went to high school, and I joined the military. And so I wasn't as articulate as everybody else around me. And then a pastor, a guy who was my pastor, put me aside one day and said, hey, just be you. Don't worry about nobody else. Just be yourself, and people will accept you as you are, because you can only be you, so I'm just me.
Well, the next thing I have for you, what is the biggest mistake that you say that you've made in business?
The biggest mistake I've made in business is not hiring people to help me. Biggest mistake I made, thinking that I can do it all myself so that I can keep all the money, but in reality there's only 24 hours in a day, and I'm a creative person. I have to focus on the creativity, and I have to hire people to do the smaller things for me because I'm a visionary. I'm not a detailed person. So the biggest mistake I made in my first business venture was trying to do it all myself. So I suggest that you find out what your strength is, and then you hire other people to bag that strength up.
Definitely. The next question I have for you is, what do you wish that you were taught as a kid about money?
How to invest it. How to invest money. Save and invest. I wish somebody taught me as a kid the power of compound interest. I didn't know anything about the power of compound interest, the rule of 72. I didn't know any of that stuff growing up. And then by the time you figured out, you know, you way along in life, and now you got to play catch up. I wish somebody had taught me more about how to duplicate money and not just work for it.
Definitely. Well, the next question I have for you is, what advice would you give to anyone watching?
I would say that a person needs to discover what the purpose is. And I know people say that a lot and it seems like a cliche, but once you discover what your purpose is, what you were built for, what you were created for, it's easier to turn it into a profit, to make that profitable. Once you determine, because a microwave can't be an oven. You either a microwave or you're an oven. You have to figure out which one you are. If you are a microwave, you're designed to do things a lot quicker and get quicker results. If you're an oven, you're designed to put things in there and make it, and it takes longer to cook it. You got to decide which one are you. Are you a microwave or you're an oven? Either one is okay, but once you just figure out which one you are, then be the best you can be at that. So you got to discover, what is your purpose? Why was you created? What were you sitting here for? God put something in you for you to do. What is it? Once you figure that out, go do it.
That's definitely some great advice. And my final and favorite question that I have for you, what is your biggest guilty pleasure?
My biggest guilty pleasure, okay, let's see, when it comes to food, my biggest guilty pleasure is ice cream. I love ice cream, so that's my biggest guilty pleasure. Now, my biggest guilty pleasure financially is I love cars. I love luxury cars. And oftentimes I spend too much money on luxury cars. So I consider that a biggest guilty pleasure. But I maybe feel guilty when I get it, but boy, it feels good when you're driving down the street and it's shining.
Definitely. Well, guys, this has been my interview with Dr. Robert King. Could you tell them how to connect with you?
All right. You want to connect with me, you can go to www.alfownership.com or you can dial 239-980-2559. Somebody else will answer the phone because me, I'm in an undisclosed location somewhere in the world and you probably not going to get me.
Guys, you can connect with me on my Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all at Caden Teaches, along with my LinkedIn at Caden Harris and my website, CadenTeaches.com. And remember, if Caden can, you can too.
I learned this from Caden Teaches, Caden Teaches. I learned this from Caden Teaches, Caden Teaches. Caden, ride around in his financially Tracy bus.